you see, 2019, I can say it's been a fantastic year for me, but it's also one of the worst years I've ever been through in my life. And it's going to be very personal this time. I'm going to tell you a lot about my own journey in this 1 year alone, okay? So it's been a very scary year in terms of health. I have never been this sick in my entire life. Okay, I've never been this sick in my entire life. I'm going to tell you about that. Yeah? And there were certain bits and time in this year, I was just lying down and thinking, what's this all for? (2020), we first have to start off with what's our intention for the year, right? Do we want 2020 to be a continuation of this year? I don't know what about you, but that's a very important question you need to ask yourself. Do you already have something good going on 2019? If you had something good going on, then you would like to take this and add momentum, right now. You continue to excel. Suppose you didn't like 2019, then you need to do something different for 2020. This is very important, okay? Now, so I need to explain to you certain perspectives about the year, okay? Let me ask you this question first, yeah? You don't have to answer me, but you need to answer yourself. How has 2019 been to you? Good or bad, as those who are attending my events for many times, I always tell you it's whether a year is an adventure or an ordeal, it's up here. Okay? Whether one particular year is an adventure or an ordeal, it's all up here. And we're going to help you achieve that. You see, 2019, I can say it's been a fantastic year for me, but it's also one of the worst years I've ever been through in my life. And it's going to be very personal this time. I'm going to tell you a lot about my own journey in this 1 year alone, okay? So it's been a very scary year in terms of health. I have never been this sick in my entire life. Okay, I've never been this sick in my entire life. I'm going to tell you about that. Yeah? And there were certain bits and time in this year, I was just lying down and thinking, what's this all for? What's this all for? I don't know if you felt that before. It's like, at a moment you just feel, you work so hard, you got to a certain level, and then there's this emptiness. I don't know if you felt that before, right? And then you really think, is this worth it? What's going on? Yeah, I have this moment a couple of times, in fact, this year. I want to tell you how that feels, okay? But at the same time, financially, it's been one of the best years ever. Friends-wise, it's one of the best years ever. Progress-wise, in terms of career and business, it's one of the best years ever. Family-wise, best years ever. So I think 2019 has been the best year ever, despite me feeling like dying at a certain point. Okay? Now, the problem is, when you feel like dying, you shouldn't stay in there for too long, right? If you stay in that mode for too long, you're going to have a terrible year, okay? And so I have a realization. I want to tell you more of this story, how, I overcome it myself. Because you see, it's one thing reading for people. It's a totally different thing doing it yourself on your own, yeah? Because when you're in that shit, you're in that shit. You have to snap out of that shit, and that is the challenging part, okay? I've also met a lot of people who are making important decisions in the year. Important decisions like, should I shift gears, right? Shift gears basically means I'm doing this for other people right now. I want to do my own thing. Is it a great year? Is it a good timing? This has been a big question. I'm sure this is also some of your questions right now. Should I make that shift? Is 2020 a good year for it? We're going to answer all these questions, okay? Is 2020 a good year for it? Is it now the right timing? Do I have the right resources? Will I succeed? Correct? So we're going to look at that. I think predicting your success, I can tell you, most people don't have that prediction of success.
For more interesting videos, hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to get notified.
Unless your chart really aligned to a perfect order, but alignment to a perfect chart is rare. Okay, we get that once in a while. Once in a while, we get into a stage where things are going our way. But most of the time, 80% of the time, our charts are not aligned perfectly. Okay, when I say align, and you will soon learn this in a short while, there are 5 aspects of alignment. Okay? There's 5 aspects of alignment. If you want to manifest, this is for Chi Men, for those of you how many of you have done some Chi Men before with me? Okay, cool. All right, if you don't know what Chi Men is, it's a magical tool. No, it's a tool. It's a metaphysics tool that if you use, you can align and make your wishes come true. Okay? Generally means that in a nutshell, it's a superpower. And if you have this superpower, you can get a lot of things come true. Okay? Now, how it comes true, at this point in time, you don't worry. That's the universe problem. You want it or not? If you want it, it will come. It's a question of whether you want it. Now, is it perfectly to what you want? Not really. But it can be an idea, at least in the category of where you want to go. Okay? So when I say alignment, which is my goal for this Thrive, these 3 days, is alignment in these 5 realms. Okay? We know heaven, earth, man, and spirit. There's also one more realm called the environment. Okay? Which is in Chi Men, you have heaven, earth, man, spirit, and then one of the sectors, correct? A sector is a direction. Direction is a palace. Don't write this down yet. I'll just tell you what we're trying to achieve here. So a lot of times, and these 5 realms, the consciousness, exists in this 5 realm. Okay? Now, when I say this, people are like, huh? I thought me is me. Actually, you're not. When you are thinking, you and your thoughts is already 2 different things. That's why in your Chi Men chart, you have a heaven realm. Heaven realm represents your thoughts, or your mind. Yeah? Did you know that your mind and you are 2 different things? Most people don't know, okay? Because I thought, hey, I'm thinking like that. No, you're not. Your thoughts and you are 2 different. When you are observing your thought, you are already outside your thought. You see my point here? So a Chi Men chart, when you plot your destiny chart, you're trying to step out of you and look back in. That's the whole idea of getting the chart. So some people say, I'm unhappy all the time. No, your thoughts are unhappy all the time. You are all right. As long as you detach from it, you're fine. Okay? So thoughts is heaven. Earth is your emotions. How you feel about somebody is totally different. How you feel about the year, how you feel about 2020, how you feel about, let's say, your friend, right, Jane or Betty, how you feel about someone is how you feel. Okay? Now, how you feel is greatly influenced by your thoughts. You can think, maybe Betty is a good person, but if you don't feel Betty is a good person, Betty is not a good person, even though you think about it. And is it true? Now, if you feel that your husband is an asshole, even though you think he's not an asshole, you will still treat him like an asshole. Okay? But your thoughts over time, your emotions over time will catch up with heaven. Earth is slower than heaven. That's why we see metaphysics like that. In time, the more you think about something, the more something becomes that feeling. Okay? You will learn this shortly, how you change a year to be good. So, heaven lung, earth lung, if you can align these 2 directions, which I'll tell you exactly how that's done, align it with the physical, the body, right? The physical, your entire being, which is the man lung or human lung. You combine the human lung, as in your behavior, your energy, and with the spiritual lung, that is your chi, your life force energy, universe, higher intelligence. You align it, 4 realms align, together with an intention, that's the environment, you get whatever you want to achieve.
For more interesting videos, hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to get notified.